are you? Alexa, Ziegler. Who see me this way, dancing, think my life is so fly in blue sky, my God. If I said here a bit of what I pass, I think you never would believe. Go in my Instagram and read there what I put to a fake that put in your profile the name and GGG. G in Brazil is so great. It's great. How in English? Then he put GGG. Then I describe all my emotional relations. Read there, you will have a bit, so bit, what I pass in my life. Then never jump stones in other. I don't know how to say jogar in Portuguese. Let me see in English how to say this. I will say so right. Never play. I think it's not play. Throw. Never throw stones in who you are seeing that are so high and help all people. If these people are helping, it's because these people suffering a lot in his life. Because this, when I see this, and I see people bump people from my land, bump people, throw stones in another that are helping other, I put me in middle of this fight. I will support the other. This is so cruel, because these people are helping, because these people feeling necessity to help other, suffering, because probably these people suffering a lot. Never forget this. And stop to judge people that you don't know. Don't be cruel. You don't know what other are passing in his life. You don't know. Because these don't have importance if people like me or not like me. I will support people that helping other. I see that people are helping other, and another go through stones. What is this? Please. I go and I continue giving support. And make this with me. I will continue work. I'm not an idiot. I'm not a fool. I have character. I have feeling about others, rich or poor. Rich suffer too, poor suffer. Why don't applaud the rich that are helping? That is helping. It's so difficult to see this. How to don't applaud a woman in Brazil created 9 sons and daughters in a box, and a wood box. Is a house in Brazil, favela, barraco, a box from wood. Never used drugs. This woman with 6 years, a child, lose all family. Alone in this world. Can you imagine this? And we'll live in a favela and construct a box of wood, have 9 sons and daughters. Today, a rich family have so much, 1 or 2. This woman in a box, 9. They eating rests of food that people throw out. Is this. They living with this. All his 9 sons and daughters have a family. And I saw this in a TV program in Brazil that people was helping, a singer was helping this woman to turn better his box. See this. This woman suffer from, again, I forget this word, depression. His woman was with depression. It's normally, so normally, 9 songs his woman created. She is a heroine, a hero, a superwoman. She made in this life, never this spirit will have worry to birth in his planet or other. She survived with 6 years. And don't use a drug. Never use drugs. My God, I can imagine what is this. What is strong have this spirit. And no one noticed this. No one. No. Only tragedies. Only true stones in who are wanted help indigenous and forests and animals. What is this? For me, it's jealous from capacity from other. It's jealousy. Only this. People don't work his jealousy. And I will I will throw stones. It's more easy throw stones. It's so easy. But God make cause of law and effect. We don't escape to this. I love this law. It's a universal law. You made bad, you will receive correction. It's false. Who say, this, make this, don't will happen nothing. In your world, in your illusionary world, don't will have nothing. But God will. No one escaped from law of cause and effect. Don't forget. Have afraid with law of cause and effect. God never make bad to no one. Never send again a people an angel see to other, make vengeance. God don't make this, sorry. But she put inside us law of cause and effect. No one will escape. It's marvelous. It's marvelous. All anger, all vengeance, all calumny, all stone you throw, and on another will return to you. You return to me, because this I applaud and post 1 million of times, if I will can. People that work, people that make success. Still these people don't like me. Still these people hate me. I post. People must learn to applaud the good. This is the question. Applaud the good and forget the bad. Is this we need urgently put in our head. Then I will read one more chapter from A Castle in the Past. Good times. Good chapter with positivity, with hope. So much hope. I never will forget what the spirit from Joana de Angelis said. In the bad times, smile. Think positivity. In so bad times, think positivity. Because never will be bad in your life, never. The hope and the consolation that Spiritism gives to us is dignity, to applaud, to commemorate this, to say good things about this. See this woman in a favela, and see the rich that are helping people. What more we must say to believe in God? People that are suffering say Spiritism, not Kardec. Spirits say this. People in suffer are being clean inside. Don't have other way to clean these spirits. It's this way. Wait a moment and have faith in God. You will see these people happy in other situation here or in heaven. God are seeing all these people that are making bad to others. The other are receiving this, don't have importance the age. Is a spirit there. A spirit that need clean. Is painful. But what this spirit attract this, cause why? Is this we have think, not put culpability in God. Never, never be against God. God is perfect. God is totally just. Never forget these qualities of God. It's powerful, totally powerful, is in one God only. Nothing can be more than one God that all in universe have. If not had one, how the loss would permanence would be with establishment in universe. If don't have only one, it's not possible. It's one power in universe that we don't can imagine, is still in our little head. So little. Our mind so little. Don't think you are a genius here. You can genius here, but are so simple in other planets, so much evolved. All genius is relative to the place where he or her will he birth. It's relative. In universe have infinite superiors, infinite inferiors. Where are you? Here have so much more evolution than you, have so much in evolution, inferior evolution than you. What's the problem? All of us will have the same opportunities. God is never unjust, nor you will be rich, other will be poor. If we, imperfect spirits, don't accept this, why God would make this? If this God put justice inside us, then, my friends, God exists and are seen all, each person in all universe. We can understand. I know, I don't understand, but don't have importance. The importance is feel that we are here to grow to happiness, to get so much more and much more happiness. This is important. Don't be in life, throw stones in another. For what make this? You lose your time making this. Go, be happy, make good things to you in first. I ever think in first in me. And I don't like suffer with my conscience. Then I ever saying with our pain in my conscience. And I try to make the good. If I don't can, cause don't depend only from me, I left in hands of God. What I don't can resolve, God will resolve, of course. And this way we can walk with a bit more peace. Peace is all in all life. I love have peace in my conscience. Don't desire what don't are to me, but desire what is mine, and what is mine no one gets. No one gets. If is mine, you can forget. You don't will retire this to me. And I let in hands of God the justice. Justice is ever in hands of God. Never justice are in our hands. Don't forget. The Italian law is not human use. It's not human. Only God uses Italian law. If you kill other by sword, you will murder by sword. Is this the law of cause and effect? Is this the law of Italian in hands of God? Okay. Chapter 12. A good chapter. The strange spy. Have ever in all chapter have an statement from gospel, and pay attention. When I receive it in first the statement, without know what would happen in those chapters. And the history was was coming in my head, and I write it. All day I received one chapter. I received this book in 1 month. Who get write an history entire with all details, a whole history in 1 month? I don't know this. If you know, say to me. I will say this person don't receive by his effort. I will say this writer received this by an spirit. And it's this way. I'm not a great medium. No, I don't want this. I don't want appear this. But I give respect to this work. I don't can gain money with this because it's not from me. It's not my work. 1 month, please. What work I had? Write a book in 1 month. And I received the message in spiritual center from this. This writer wanted pass this. I love this book because all time they left me up and with hope. The strange spy. The Lord acts like a man who, having to make a long journey outside his country, called his servants and entrusted his goods to them. After giving 5 talents to one, 2 to another, and 1 to the third, and 1 to another, he immediately departed. When the Lord returned, he said to the one who had 1 talent, "Wicked and lazy servant, you should have put my money in the hands of the bankers, for it will be given to everyone who already has. As for him who has nothing, even what he seems to have will be taken away." Parable of the Talents. Matthew chapter 25, verses 14 until 30. As for him who has nothing, even what he seems to have will be taken away. Then I received this, in all chapters I received it, and the history was appearing how was going out a cloud. Ever is marvelous. Meanwhile, Elebat was instructing the peasant villagers of the Five Dawn, along with the Druids responsible for planting and harvesting guidelines, on how they should proceed regarding the explanations that should be given about how they worked the land. When requested by the king's representatives. However, Elebat was not concerned with this entourage, but was intrigued by a strange visitor who was prowling around the center of the Five Dawn. He was apparently offering highly sought after goods from other regions such as spices, fabrics, and small kitchen utensils. But when Elebat came across him spying on the activities in the room where the seeds were kept, he deepened his gaze and saw a dark stick color surrounding the man's physical body. When Elebat came across him spying on the activities in the room where the seeds were kept, she deepened his gaze and saw a dark stick color surrounding the man's physical body. And this was a very bad, let me see a letter. And this was a very bad sign of what's producing in the mind of that strange person walking through the state from door to door. So he began to watch him intently through other friends and neighbors, as well as birds that indicated the man's location at any given moment. At the point as the man approached one the sheds where the farmers gathered, he heard the following story. My friends, as you all know, the Lord King is sending us for an inspection to discover the reasons for the abundant success of our crops. We have already hidden very close to here, near the river, a yard away from the only oak tree in the vicinity, the enormous chest containing the potion that makes all the vegetables grow. As you know, we cannot leave this in plain sight. The priestess placed it not very deep. Therefore, let us be happy because they will think it was all the work of nature. They returned to their homes, and the sinister man was satisfied with what he had heard, and immediately returned to the lord of the neighboring Five Dawn. Then the delegation arrived a few days early than scheduled. However, the lord of the castle had already prepared the facilities in advance to receive them, as he had been informed that they would stay a few days and that some more and that let me see. Yes. And then the delegation arrived a few days early. As he had been informed that they would stay a few days longer, and some more men that agreed would be coming. The Lord was knowing who will arrive in his fiefdom. They made their way to the corrals already reserved for their mounts, as always, when these expeditions were ordered by the king. The following day, the inspection began, with the 10 remaining men plus a representative of the Inquisition leaving for another location and now to the Lord, who without question left them free to inspect as they wished. A few days later, the expedition leader, along with a representative of the Inquisition, returned, tired, having slept outdoors for 2 days and appearing very dusty, as if they had ventured into a deep hole. They brought with them a small chest with a small padlock, which they intended to open in front of the Lord of the Fiefdom. The Lord of the Fiefdom, not understanding anything, asked the excavators if by chance they had found some treasure whose existence he was unaware of. And worried, he anxiously waited an answer. The Inquisitor introduced himself and requested a strong axe to open the chest in question. Please bring an axe. About it, the Lord, already very worried. When the chest was opened, everyone was amazed and hid their astonished smiles behind their hands. What kind of joke this? Asked the Inquisitor, already trembling with anger at the humiliation he was experiencing. The Lord, recognizing the objects inside the chest, began to laugh, explaining, well, Ingrid hid her sword and the armor I gave her as a gift so well that the king had to send his his men to discover such a treasure. I give her as gift so well that the king had to send his men to discover such a treasure. Turning to the Inquisitor, he asked very curiously what it was all about, as astonished as the entire entourage. The Inquisitor then reported that he had been warned that there were magical practices in the fiefdom to illegally increase production, a practice worthy of punishment. They even provided the exact location where such a magic potion might be hidden. The Lord of Castle, already understanding that it was some accusation made by the neighboring fiefdom, added, and it seems that you have been victims of unfounded information because, as can be seen by the Order Investigative Commission, There is nothing abnormal here besides faithful servants who are well treated, have their fair rewards for what they do, and reciprocate with satisfaction in planting and harvesting, because they have enough strength to carry out the work, because they don't go hungry and have well-deserved hours of rest and leisure. Having said that, the Lord turns his gaze to the other committee, whose leader confirms. Indeed, that is what we have found, with nothing abnormal besides satisfied, strong, and happy villagers living here, which doesn't happen in other fiefdoms. Just in other fiefdoms. Just put on paper the quantity and value of what is collected in the fiefdom, which far exceeds the regional average. So, gentlemen, I think you can bring good news to the king, who will be pleased to have his subjects at the disposal of the crown of England. And so the lord of that prosperous fiefdom invited them to a grand lunch that would be served in the castle courtyards with plenty of wine, and the marvelous banquet that Myrna had prepared along with her assistants. A few weeks later, the lord of the castle receives another unexpected visit at the king's behest. It was again the head of the expedition carried out in his lands, coming to grant him command of the neighboring lands to join them to his fiefdom, make it larger and more powerful in the region. Upon receiving, then you remember the statement that was in start chapter about the man that put what the Lord said in his hand, hiding, and don't make nothing with this, and others multiply all results of Lord gave to them. Who don't produce nothing was retired from him. Is this in life too? If you will work in a place and people, owner, say you don't have producing nothing with bad will, in difficulties this place, you will be the first to go out of this work. If you don't make presence, if you don't show that you are necessary, don't will have way to be in time of crisis. It's ever this way. Then make the best in your work. If you don't like search in your free time, change your specialty to work. We must ever work in a place we like, a place we feel good, and making things we good too. Must be this way till you have success. Ever try to change your ability for something that you like so much, and you will get work so much more. Don't think in only work exactly what people ask to you. Make more. Show you are important. Show you will have less if you don't will making your work there. Make you have importance in your work if you like your work. And give grace ever to your boss. Make this. Give grace to all work you go is the first law. Give grace. Second, don't talk bad about your friends from work. Don't make this. Only say utile things, and your life you will perceive will turn so much better. Have statements, good statements in life. Don't is necessary. Repeat something. No, it's not a sick habit, please. It's repeat these statements until you feel abundance inside you. Don't have value. You repeat things and don't feel nothing. This is a sick. But it's not this I am saying. Observe your thoughts and change. If you don't want be direction in a hole in your life. If you let your mind think what you don't control, accept bad thoughts in your head, how your thoughts, assume these bad thoughts, the problem is yours only. You will suffering with this. It's the same, let the door of your house open for all people go inside. It will be so good. People seeing your things, get your things, modify your things. It will be so good. In Brazil, we say Casa da Mãe Joana, House of Mother Joan. No one give order in this. It's a house for all. You can let your mind this way and wait the result. A life modified by various hands. Oh, what surprise, what surprise. What bad surprise, day by day. Then, take care of you, with your body, with your head. It's only this God desires from us. And if you have time and money to help people see that marvelous this, we ever must say greetings. Lord, I am so happy to all things you send to me. And I hope, Lord, you gave me vision to don't let opportunities pass in front of me, and I will only perceive so far. Oh. It will be so late. Ask to God, be present now, and get with so strong all opportunities that God sent to you. It's this way, with big actions, we will construct our happiness. It's not with so great actions. No, it will a bit good dot from goodwill. This is a little fight to a great illumination day by day. Then, this owner of this castle was so a good person, had preoccupation with her employers. Don't never make slavers in your fiefdom. Only workers, they ever search to give to all of them the just, and never let them pass necessities. Was a good employer, a good boss. And to finish this story, having said that, the Lord turns his gaze to the other committee, whose leader confirms. Indeed, that is what we have found, with nothing abnormal besides satisfy us strong and happy villagers living here, which doesn't happen in other fiefdoms. Just put on paper the quantity and value of what is collected in the fiefdom, which far exceeds the regional average. So, gentlemen, I think you can bring good news to the king, who will be pleased to have his subjects at the disposal of the crown of England. And so the lord of that prosperous fiefdom invites them to a grand lunch that would serve in the castle courtyards with plenty of wine, and the marvelous banquet that Myrna had prepared along with her assistants. A few weeks later, the lord of the castle receives another unexpected visit at the king's behest. It was again the head of the expedition carried out in his lands, coming to grant him command of the neighboring lands, to join them to his fiefdom, make it larger and more powerful in the region. Upon receiving the news, the Lord, without understanding what had happened, asks them what had become of the former Lord. In response, the chief explains, the lord of the neighboring fiefdom, along with all the fiefdoms, was inspected, and it was found that, in addition to not being able to maintain the average production he had been maintaining, he did not have the funds to cover the immense losses that his lands had caused to the crown. Immense losses. The money, I think the story will say. Therefore, he was deposed and sent to England with his family to live in a small place, working at the behest of the king, who, as you know, only keeps him there because he is a distant relative of the crown. But he lives in great hardship without any of the privileges he once enjoyed upon receiving the news from the messenger. The king decided upon receiving, without any of the privileges he once enjoyed upon receiving the news from the messenger, the king decided more than ever to hasten the inspection of the Lord's fiefdom, but to do so he ordered then of his strongest men to come along with the entourage in order to excavate the exact place where they should locate the chest with the portion in the fiefdom, which greatly burdened this speculative expedition, and after the shame suffered by the inquisitor and the extra expenses, left the king blind with rage at such a loss and disappointment. As for the chest, Eleanor knew that Ingrid and Irina had hiding it in one of their games near a solitary oak tree, containing the helmet and child sword that the lord of the castle had ordered to be made for her. So he thought it convenient to play a trick on such vile people who spared no effort to put an entire fiefdom in danger of burning at the stake of the Inquisition. Was a evil man that would put all entire fiefdom in danger if he discovered something. And in the same time, this man made the other owner of fiefdom lost all money that would save his fiefdom. Is this the law of cause and effect? And the man that the Lord gave one talent, and he hid this talent. Ever we must use what God gave us to produce and stimulate others to study, to make the same, to work with something we can make so good. Is this we must make in life. Search what we have inside that we like. And I gave you this counsel. Search this in your life. Search what you really like to make. And this was the 12th chapter, and have only something chapters more, and we will finish this history. But I have other 2 books that I don't post it here. The history from Cat's Jump, I will open again the profiles to this history. If you want, read other book, hear other book. The history have 12 chapters too. Is received by mediumship. Okay? Have a nice night with God and angels, and thank you to give me opportunity to pass something that I can, and Eat, let me sow in peace to make this. Is a signal that is a good thing to make. God bless all of you and have a great, excellent start of the week. God bless all of you. Until the next. Tomorrow and 3 days I will post about alcohol. Why don't use this? About alcohol is a blessing of God, but not to drink without lose the conscience. No, please. And smoking, what don't make this, and so much kill and create cause that will disturb nature, destructing great parties of forest. Why make this? And when forests don't more exist, who will happen with coals? Will be that cause excessive temperature, high temperature? Is this what we want? This to that with excessive high temperature in this planet, only to have meal in our dinner is not so important. Eat meal is not so impossible to left to eat this. And for health too, that have doctors that say only in 3 times a week we must eat this type of meal. I don't eat this since I was 50 years, a teenager. I start with this age, stop to eat red meal. And sometimes I buy a bit of white meal, nothing more. Now I am preferring fish. It's so much important because omega-3 is so much values than meal, red meal or white meal. The fish is more interesting to me. Have a nice night and be good with God and angels.